I think you I
You know
think
what?
you
I will
actually
watch
should
it.
watch it. Yeah.
I'll watch it this week.
It's free on YouTube.
What was
I did-
Duncan's
I-
thing?
Oh,
Well, you ready, Dunk? I mean, the shuttle's landed.
when the shuttle gets in, we get in the shuttle. I mean, it's not really that crazy, but I mean, it is. Let me just say one thing. Thomas made me genuinely sad. Genuinely sad.
That takes a
So,
lot.
so, well, sad for him, not like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
sad at his loss, basically.
He was displaying a lot of emotions.
Yeah. So me and Mackenzie watched this movie last year called Coda. I don't know if you know anything about it,
Sounds familiar.
but so what Coda means is child of a deaf adult. That's what Coda means. All right, Andrew, are you in this?
Yes.
All right.
You have my full attention.
Yeah.
So this movie is about a child of a deaf adult who can talk.
Mm-hmm.
Or yeah, child of deaf adults. Mackenzie's like a part of this conversation because she was a part of this experience with me. Me and Mackenzie really, really, really liked this movie, and like it brought me to tears. It brought Mackenzie to tears, and like Mackenzie liked it so much that it's on her like top 4 on the letterbox thing. Like it affected her that much that she was willing to say that it is one of her top 4 favorite movies ever.
Yeah.
All right, so Thomas takes it upon himself to watch this movie with Liz.
Because of the wreck. It's a 5-star movie.
Yeah, it's a 5-star. I loved the movie. Ready, you know. He's like, I'm gonna watch this movie. So what Thomas does is he watches this movie, and he watches the movie in its entirety, and it says, "Hey man, I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it."
Wait, can I correct you?
Well, he doesn't watch the whole thing. Is that what you're gonna say?
I take a break.
Take a break. You turn it off. Turn the movie off.
Go to sleep.
So
yeah.
you've goes to sleep. So you've already fucked up the pacing of the movie. So for one, like I hate when that happens. I'm like, okay, you've already diminished the quality of the movie just by doing that. And then, so he sends me. I just couldn't make it, and then sends me a fucking picture of goddamn It's Always Sunny, something he's already fucking watched 10 times. And I
But
I'm
I
like,
gave
I look
up
at
on
that
it.
shit. I look at this and I say, hey man, I'm gonna need a break. And I told him, I was like, you're just gonna have to
8-hour
stop
break.
talking to me.
So I waited
I said,
8 hours to text him back. Text him back at 4 a.m.
What? Oh, I'm talking too loud. I'm getting too passionate.
Can you shut the fuck up, please?
So he says, I say, Thomas, I'm gonna need a break, man. He says, all right. So the next
Said
day,
8
he
hours.
texts me.
Specified 8 hours.
Yeah, because I was going to sleep. I was like, I need 8 hours. And it gets back to me on the next day and says, hey man, I finished that movie. He's like, you know, I made it through it. I made it through it. You know, I endured it. And he said, it was an all right movie. It was good. It was good. And then he says these words. He says these words.
Like
He
a day
says,
later.
Yeah, he says, yeah, and that was it. That was the end of it. And then he says, man, I just really, really needed subtitles.
Because they're signing. Like, 60% of the movie is in sign language.
Yes. They're signing to each other. There's scenes that go on where they're talking to each other in sign. And if you have no subtitles, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, there's nothing...
There it is. There it is. No, please leave it. This is for the video. This is for the recording.
I'm gonna tell everyone.
When he said that, it's like a weight had been lifted off of me. I'm like, oh, that's why he didn't fucking get it, because he couldn't understand what the fuck was going on. So he just watched the version of the movie that didn't have subtitles. And he was like, I think you're misremembering. I said, Thomas, I promise you, that movie is supposed to have it's an Oscar-winning movie.
I watched that bitch without subtitles. The whole thing.
And I felt, the whole bitch you watched without subtitles. The whole thing.
I will say that they had excellent body language in their signing. You know, like.
Yeah.
And a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, and I mean, they'd be pissed off.
They tell
at the
jokes
dinner
in
table.
sign, and you laugh at the jokes that they say in sign language.
Oh, I didn't laugh.
And Thomas sitting here looking at him, and he's just like, not understanding a word that's fucking going on. God. And in his review on Letterboxd, what's your first line, Thomas?
My first line is a good scene doesn't need words. And I can say after experiencing this whole movie, that this is a good movie.
This dude. This dude. And
Yeah,
he's
let's
like,
watch it too. I did think it was a decent movie.
Thank
I
you.
did
This
think
has
it
been
was
the
a decent
highlight
movie.
of my day, possibly my week.
Yeah, we were
Actually,
saving that shit.
It's actually pretty funny just because what you were saying, Dunk, could have went two ways. I knew it was either this dude didn't turn on subtitles or whatever copy he had didn't have it, or it was going to be Thomas. The point is that you're not supposed to like understand.
Right.
You know how some
See,
Yeah,
that's
I was
what
imagining
Thomas
like
thought.
little scenes.
That's what I thought.
Like, you know.
That's what I thought, and that's what.
And that would make sense if the movie had didn't have
like
two
a scene or
characters
two
back
or
and forth.
something.
Yeah. So that's how when I'm watching when I'm watching television or a movie or something like For All of Mankind or The Americans where they're talking Russian, if there's two characters going back and forth and they continue to go back and forth, in my head I'm like, is this supposed to have subtitles? Like I'm like, let me make sure this doesn't have and I mean I'm not gonna take it away from Thomas. Sometimes Plex does get screwy with it, and
That was just the
it's
wrong movie.
It was just not. Like I'm not mad at Thomas, you know. I'm not.